This part of the game has some kind of ludicrous puzzles in it. Hang on. Just gotta make sure my... There we go.
This guy comes up to me
Guy
and
comes
says
up
he
to
don't like you hanging around here. So he gives me a bunch of money and says he'll pay me more if I keep you out of here until he goes away.
Ardo's not gonna let me into those rooms at the hotel. But I've got that Inspector Burns costume. Maybe I'll try it on him next time I go in.
This game just has loads of convenience. Do I need to combine the helium-filled balloon with the Inspector Burns? Combine this with that? Maybe not. Do I have the thing equipped? There's no way to really know.
Now I've got an Inspector Burns disguise
Here we
who'll
go.
fool his own mother. It certainly ought to do the trick on a goofball like Ardo.
He's just standing there. Oh, this is great. Authoritative approach, heartwarming approach, Inspector Burns scumbucket. You could be a little mean to him, but I think if you're too mean, then he gets suspicious, because Inspector Burns is normally quite nice. Let's be heartwarming.
And you must be Fire Ranger Ardo, my biggest fan in the entire world.
Yes, sir, Inspector Burns. You must have got the letter I sent you.
Ad-lib quickly, tongue-in-cheek concern. He's devoid of any real emotion.
Who cares about your stupid letter? Just get me a room.
Oh, that was not right.
I thought you were nice, Inspector Burns, but you're mean. You go away and don't come back.
No, I didn't forget. P.I. wrote...
What, I died? I didn't realize he killed me. Do I still have... Okay. I better be more careful. I guess Ardo lost his temper and just sort of clobbered me or something. Alright, so we've seen that. Do I need to equip the Inspector Burns costume? I'm not even sure if I'm really doing it.
Now I've got an Inspector
Alright.
Burns disguise that would fool his own
So we'll
mother.
be nothing but friendly
Certainly
to
ought to
him.
do the trick on a goofball like Ardo.
It's like
Heartwarming.
And you must be Fire Ranger Ardo, my biggest fan in the entire world.
I want an Inspector
yes, sir,
Burns mask.
Inspector Burns. You must have got the letter I sent you.
Tongue-in-cheek concern. Ad-lib quickly.
Well, of course I did, Ardo. You know, I read all my fan letters.
I know you do, Inspector Burns. You're the best. Well, I'm all ready to inspect the hotel for fire safety.
Display insulting observation. I'd really love to use this opportunity to be a jerk to Ardo, but I'm just afraid he'll kill me again. Alright.
Well, that's fine, Ardo. Open up those doors for me and I'll inspect your hotel room.
All right. I'll open the doors, Inspector Burns.
After a few minutes, I find the door to the Regency Escort Service Hotel Suite. The door's locked, but there's a security panel on the wall beside it. Looks like it requires a password.
Oh, silicone was it, right? I'm glad I remembered that just now. Cone. Your patronage is appreciated.
Now that I'm in, I'll need to find something to prove that Sal's been a Freeport.
Oh. Yeah, the way things work out in this is just like so hilarious. I mean, everything you need here is...
It's like a piece of bright, shiny foil. Must be from a bottle of champagne.
So this item we get now, but we're not going to actually use till way later in the game. Works out that way a lot in this game, actually.
A Larson grand piano. Wow. That's even better than a Stopway.
I don't know if he's being facetious there or not.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your entertainer tonight, Mr. Franco Spinoza. I'm going to be playing some songs that I know you'll love. Listen to this one. All right,
Tex is pretty talented. Okay. In this game, in this part of the game, you're basically looking for whatever you can find, such as a magnet on the back of that air freshener. It's just going to be these random items that we're going to use, and I just happen to remember it all, so it makes it pretty easy to get through fast. Is that all that was in here that I needed? Quite possibly. Now we go into the bedroom. Oh, it's as if this hotel has one lobby and then just a bedroom.
Looks like the upper left drawer is locked. I'll bet I could open it if I had something to pick the lock.
Alright.
Looks like the upper left. Looks like the upper left.
This is what's funny about Tex. I might have mentioned it before, but you'd think he'd just carry like a basic little pocket knife slash lockpick device with him, being that he's a private investigator and he would have to get into stuff.
Champagne glasses end up in the weirdest place.
Right? Nice rendering of a champagne glass. Alright, what else can we find in here?
Oh, it's last month's Playbub magazine.
Playbub.
Looks like it's stuck inside the drawer.
I love in video games when they have something that's supposed to be like Playboy, but they just call it something else. Like The Simpsons, I think, has Play Dude. And that's the only example off the top of my head, but you know what I mean. Credenza.
I don't think I ought to open that credenza. It might be full of Sal's underwear.
I'll always remember this game, among others, as the one with the most credenzas ever.
Frilly panties. I hope they aren't Sal's.
God, I only hope.
Looks like a nice vacation spot.
I just love this tendency Tex has to move paintings all over the wall. Can we open any of these other?
Camera. Too bad there's no film in it. There's no dust on it, though. Must have been used recently.
So get this take on the future. Everyone's still using film cameras in this day. Well, people still do now. I just know they're not as popular.
Bible.
Gideon's Bible. Oh, I'm kind of skipping all the jokes, aren't I? There's something in there, but I can't see it. Yeah, jeez. What's this?
12 cents. Some people would take this change, but not me. Cash maybe, but not change.
He was thinking about it, though, you could tell.
I love finding unlocked drawers.
Alright. So we've been in the piano room. We need to go into this hot tub room.
Looks like someone left their shorts in the hot tub. I think I'll leave them right where they are.
That's smart. Gosh, where is Sal then? I mean, that was his room we were in, wasn't it?
This vase looks like it was mounted here to hold flowers or something. Oh, yeah, the towel smelled like mildew and fine hops.
What's down here?
Looks like a couple of objects have fallen into the drain. That screwdriver, I could undo the screws.
What is the screwdriver doing down there? And a roll of film, huh? I'm gonna assume Sal put that there deliberately, but obviously that roll of film is what. Here's the funny thing. Here there's these beer cans,
Beer
right?
Cans. No, they're empty.
And here's another funny thing. Let me find the other vase.
Someone's dropped a cork into this mounted vase. The opening's too narrow to get my hand in. I'd break it, but it looks like it's made out of saranide, that new unbreakable plastic. The cork looks like a typical champagne cork with some wire mesh on it.
Wire mesh. Not a clue there, huh? So we gotta fill this thing up with water to make the cork float to the top. And you had to get a champagne flute just to do that. So why couldn't I just use the beer cans then? Would have been too confusing though if the game made more than one way to solve the puzzle. All these inventory items are here for a reason. I could watch this play on a loop all day.
As I fill up the mounted vase, the champagne cork flows to the top. I'm just gonna reach in and pick it up.
Alright, so now we have the champagne cork, which we're going to use to, well, let's examine it.
Just get this
And we're really just interested in this piece of wire here. And with that, conveniently, I'm going to use this piece of wire to go pick the lock. Because Tex wouldn't possibly carry anything else on him to pick a lock, but we'll forgive him for that. Maybe that's why he's just at times an inept PI. And what was in the lock drawer? A shoelace, okay. Which I know we gotta combine with the magnet. Seriously, who locked up a shoelace in a drawer? Alright. I don't question it, folks. So we're gonna use the magnet on the string to get to this here screwdriver. Now I got the screwdriver and I'm gonna use it on the screws. I believe it's a roll of naughty pictures.
I believe it.
I hope. Let's look at this roll of film. I haven't really seen a roll of film in quite some time. Alright, we gotta develop it though. So, we're actually totally done here in this entire building. It's kind of funny, right? That was all a lot easier than doing the thing at Eddie Ching's though. Not if you hadn't played it before though. I've beaten this game maybe like 4 times. Gotta go to the electronics shop. And remember that, what I said about convenience. Check this out.
Oh, it's the Photomatic Plus Film Developing Kit. How convenient.
Okay. As long as Tex acknowledged how convenient that was too. So we use it here. Is this the same music that plays in the hotel? Or in the lobby of the hotel? Anyway. So now,
It's the Photomatic Plus Film Developing Kit.
gonna combine that with the roll of film. Look at these photos. Look at the resolution on them.
These pictures
They look like
sick.
Polaroids.
Francesca will be so happy.
It's Sal playing Twister with the... I'm assuming that's Chastity. You know, these photos look innocent enough, actually.
Francesca will be so happy.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Sal just seems more like the lovable type of pervert rather than the... You know. Is there any other kind? Alright, so incriminating photos of Sal as labeled in our inventory, so let's get that information out of Fran.
Well, gorgeous, you're back. Did you get the evidence I need?
Frustrated verbal burst looking for assistance. We'll just hand it over.
I think I might. Let me look inside my overcoat.
Oh, excellent. This will do the job nicely. I'll answer all your questions.
She's just happy that she
now.
has the photos, but she doesn't seem bothered about the content of the photos. Alright, let's ask her about the mugging. That's all that really matters.
I was up late having some espresso, then I saw you get jumped. The guy who hit you was real small, maybe a 5'6", 130 pounds. I didn't see his face. He took your package you were carrying, then ran off. It looked like a professional hit, but he wasn't trying to kill you. Believe me, if he wanted to, he could have. After the first guy took off, I saw another guy come running down from your office. He bent over you and went through your coat. Then he ran off too. I recognized the second guy. He was a mutant named Pug. In fact, I remember seeing him hanging around your office for the past few days. Anyway, I went over to make sure you were okay. Sal showed up a few minutes later, and I made him carry you up to your office. That's all I know.
Well, at least Sal carried us up to our office. Alright, so Pug's involved, and we gotta figure out who he is.
Smells like he sleeps in a latrine. On and off for the past week or so, I've seen him keeping an eye on your office.
Well, she could have told us that.
Can't help you, Tex.
Alright. So who's Pug? We should probably go ask around about him and see if Chelsea knows anything about him.
How can I help you?
Ask about Pug.
Wish I could help you there, Tex.
Alright. Maybe Rook knows about Pug. Or maybe Clint the bum does. But I'm afraid to go to Clint because I never gave him his chocolate pie and it could bug out the game or something.
I don't know anything about that.
Alright. I'm gonna try to ask Clint about it. Which reminds me anyway, this would be a good time to save, so...
Ask away.
Ask away. Ask about Pug.
Wish I could help.
Ah, he doesn't know him. I mean, you kind of get the impression that Pug's a bum, and Clint being a bum. You know, I haven't been up to Coit Tower. I wonder if Beak ever any...
Hey, mate.
Ah. Let's ask him about Pug.
Well, Pug and I used to hang out.
Okay, I
sometimes,
forgot about that.
but I haven't
I
seen
really
him
like
for a
that
while.
suit this guy's
I
wearing.
heard he's gotten a job of some kind. He doesn't work very often, and he usually sleeps in a box down by the Snow White warehouse.
Alright.
Following Beak's instructions, I hang around the warehouse. Not long after, a gust of wind carries a horrible stench into my nasal passages. I turn and see a shadowy figure waddle into the alley.
The way you look at me, it makes me nervous.
I love the lighting in some of these scenes. Oh, ominously pleasant.
Oh, don't get me wrong, Pug. I'm here for a friendly chat.
You mean you're not
He
here to
dresses
hurt
nice
me,
for
then?
someone who supposedly smells really awful. Rhetorical question. PI's prerogative.
Well, now that you mention it, I guess I am.
I must be going now.
Olfactory threat, sarcastic, bluff warning.
Listen, I brought my gun. I don't fire as many warning shots as I used to.
This talk of guns has frightened me. I think I've soiled myself.
This guy's the greatest actor who ever lived. Oh, violent with a culinary twist.
I think maybe I'll turn that mug of yours into goulash.
The way you're threatened has caused me to wet myself.
Great, now he's soiled
Why are
and
you
wet
treating me
himself.
like I'm some kind of criminal.
Casual
Well, I'm
observation.
no lawyer, but last I heard, robbery was illegal.
You're a cynical person, if you'll forgive my saying so.
Bogart retort. Let's intimidate him some more.
Cynical? What a load of crap. Now give me my wallet before I break you in half.
Here's your wallet. You will see I have spent very little of your money.
They did a
Tell me,
cut just for that.
How did you find me?
I don't think I should tell him.
I was downwind, El Stinko.
Well, pardon me. I'll go take a bath.
Grill for information.
Not so fast. I found out a lot about you, including the fact that you were tailing me.
I was hired to follow you. I provide people with information through ways of my own.
Motive mocking. I'm a little curious about the details.
Oh, and stealing my wallet was in the job description.
Oh, that detail.
No, I'm just looking for ways to make extra money. I was hired by an old PI who called himself the Colonel.
He paid me to follow you and report.
Oh, I forgot about this part of the story. It was the Colonel who wanted me watched, not the
He
chameleon.
also wanted me to tell him if I saw you with a little statue of a bird. He told me very little else, though he said that he had to find out if you
Interesting.
could be trusted. There, I have told you everything I know. Now let me go, and I shall not bother you again.
We will see Pug one last time, but let's head over to the Colonel's office for now, shall we? Man, I want to live in this cool city. It's always nighttime, and the sky is a cool red color.
The Colonel was my mentor in the detective biz. When I was a young, idealistic crime fighter, I didn't understand some of the Colonel's unethical PI methods. I reported the Colonel to the PI licensing board, and his license was temporarily revoked.
I wonder if that incident
Years
between the
since,
Colonel
I've
and
come to
Texas in the
understand
previous
these occasional
games, because
uses
I
of
never
those
played
questionable
like the
methods
Martian
to avoid
Memorandum or the
I haven't seen
Mean
the Colonel's
Streets
office since
games.
we fell out
I'd
15
like
years
to
ago.
one day.
From the look of the exterior, the Colonel's kept it up nice.
I don't know if I'll ever get around to
Knock on
that.
the door and it swings open. The place is trashed.
Oh no. The Colonel's been stabbed in the chest. That looks pretty painful. That's like right in the middle. That must have gone through his sternum. It's a sternum, right?
Maybe permanently.
My God, what happened?
It's all
Who did this
frozen
to
there.
you?
I like how it's frozen unless they're actually talking, as if they wouldn't film them not talking and just holding still.
I swear he's the devil himself.
What did he want? Why did he attack you?
Oh, he thought I had it. When he found out I didn't, he tried to torture me into telling him where it was. Yeah, he got impatient, stuck a knife in my chest. I must have passed out. I ain't been up since.
This guy's got a nice place too. I like how the desk is like right in the middle of the
What
room.
was he looking for?
The winter chip.
Like a Texas frozen body.
Planning a doomsday party. I'm afraid whoever's got the chip might stop them. You're gonna have to find it and get it to Capricorn.
Ah, the plot thickens. An organization called Capricorn, and we're looking for a
But I don't know
computer
where to
chip
look.
of some kind.
You gotta give me some help.
There's no time. There's a disc by the bookcase. It's got information on that.
The winter chip.
Don't
That's what
come.
Intel should call their next generation of Intel chips, the winter chip.
I fly the Colonel to the hospital and the attendants rush him into surgery, but won't tell me what his chances are. I know I should go and search the Colonel's office for the disc he referred to, but I'm having a hard time keeping my eyelids popped open. I decide to go
Have we
back
really
to my
been
office
awake
for a couple of
that
hours
long?
to shut eye. As I open the door, I catch a whiff of expensive perfume, then feel my jaw
Sorry, I
slam
forgot
into a
about
brick
this part
wall.
too. We're about to
Vision
get beaten up
clears,
some
I'm
more.
seated across from a beautiful Oriental woman.
And you're also about to see some more incredible acting.
Good evening, Mr. Murphy. Please, have a seat.
Oh, good-natured, extremely upset, and ignorant insult.
Oh, you must be from the massage palace. Wait a second, I'll get my towel.
Look at these quintessential thugs.
You are either braver or more foolish than I thought. No one talks to Eddie Ching like that.
Play stupid and manly. Let's play
Oh,
stupid.
yeah? Well, why don't you bring him by and we'll just see about that.
That gets me beaten up more.
I am
That's
Eddie
great.
Ching, you moron. Now sit down and shut up. I have learned that you were hired to steal a statuette from my apartment. I admire the skill you display in doing so, but I must now ask you to return the bird to me.
Am I a tough guy or a rude guy? Yeah, let's become pathetic.
I swear on my mother's grave I don't have it. Someone mugged me last night and stole it. Please don't kill me. Please, I'll do anything, but don't kill me.
It's gone? You imbecile! Have you no idea what you've done? You were set up. The person who hired you belongs to a group so powerful they may hold the fate of the world in their hands. The statuette is worthless, except to this cult. And I went to great
Are
lengths
her
to keep it
legs
from them.
frozen? It's
And
like...
all it took was one idiotic PI to give these fanatics the talisman they
Maybe
need
they're
to
just
lose the demons of hell.
playing her on a loop. I don't know, some of the ways that they like merge this like live action with the virtual background is like really strange looking sometimes. Slight embarrassment, I'm tender-hearted.
Okay, I made a mistake. You won't help things by calling me names.
Only that guy. Oh, okay, that guy does the punching too.
You obviously don't understand what I'm saying. With the statuette, the cult will fulfill its prophecies, unleashing an unimaginable flood of destruction. The prophecy is supposed to be fulfilled in 6 days. If the statuette is not recovered before then, nothing will matter. We'll all be dead.
Oh. I am a little bored of this actually.
Well, it's a fascinating story, but why are you telling me?
The cult knows about me. They tried several times to steal the statuette once they learned I had it. They will not allow me or my operatives to obstruct their plans. You, however, they do not consider to be a threat. The cult is behind the crusade for genetic purity. I don't know any more than what I've told you, except for the identity.
I mean, despite the terrible acting here, Eddie Ching is actually a pretty interesting character with interesting motives. I mean, she's not really evil. You do get the impression she's heavily involved in crime and stuff, but at the same time she doesn't want this cult to pull off their genetic purity plan.
Let this be a reminder to you not to repeat your mistakes. If you fail, I will see you in hell.
I'll see you in hell. Those guys are the best actors in the game.
So, did he have the chip or not?
I never found out. My usual methods of persuasion weren't working, so I had to get a little more forceful.
I like the chameleon though. He's a good
Next thing I know,
antagonist in the game.
his lights go out.
And I'm genuinely afraid of him in the game. That's just also because Tex is pretty powerless to defend himself.
Find out about that chip. If the colonel didn't have the chip, then he probably
Well, he's
sent
not
it to
totally
Murphy.
powerless to defend himself. He just has to use his wits too much, where I'm used to playing games where I can just shoot my way out of
If
things.
the chip doesn't show up, make sure Murphy doesn't blunder into our path. If you find the chip, destroy it. Then you can do what you want with Murphy.
Alright. Oh, that guy in that chair was rather mysterious, wasn't he? I'm pretty sure that was Lowell Percival, though. Which is strange that they called him that, because wasn't Lowell Percival the guy that built that observatory that observed Mars, and he became obsessed with the what he thought were canals on Mars, but they were just natural geological... I mean, obviously they weren't actual canals built by Martians, but...
My nose is so sore my eyes water when I inhale, and all my front teeth shift slightly when I exhale. On top of all this, I found out that the world population could be annihilated because of me. That's just too much to heap on a guy at this hour of the morning. Looks like I'm on my own. I'll need to find that disc the Colonel referred to.
Yeah, so we're gonna head back to the Colonel's cool
me
apartment and poke around there. I sure miss getting faxes though. Alright, well let's take a break here before we delve into this next day of events. And things are getting pretty interesting, so I'll see you guys soon.